Cathay Pacific is cutting 8,500 jobs and scrapping its regional airline as it grapples with mounting losses due to this pandemic. Investors were pleased about the cost-cutting, with Cathay shares closing almost 2.3% higher in trade today. Roland Lim with this report.
The job cuts accounts for around 24% of the company's headcount. It said that some 2,600 jobs now vacant as a result of the recent cost savings. And now, as part of efforts to save cash, Cathay Pacific would also be scrapping salary increases in 2021 next year and not pay a discretionary bonus this year. It'll also be extending its unpaid leave scheme for non-flying staff until the first half of next year. In an internal memo, Cathay Pacific CEO Augustus Tang told his 35,000 staff that management had taken every possibility to avoid job losses up to this point. Unfortunately, the airline won't survive without further measures, he says.
The reality is that we simply cannot survive without transforming our airlines. We have to become more focused, more efficient, and more competitive. This is why we have decided to cease Cathay Dragon operations and announce the redundancies across the group which you have seen today. I hope you understand that there is no other way. As hard and as devastating as this decision is, it is the right one to take. It is absolutely necessary for the survival of the company.
Its subsidiary, Cathay Dragon, would cease operations with immediate effect from today, and Cathay will seek regulatory approval for Cathay Dragon's routes to be absorbed and operated by Cathay Pacific and budget airline unit, HK Express. Hong Kong-based cabin as well as cockpit crew will also be asked to sign a new cost-saving contract. Now, research house Jeffrey says that the restructuring details were broadly in line with expectations, and the scale of the redundancies is in line with Singapore Airlines' 20% cut as well as Qantas's 30% cut to headcount. I should add that the Hong Kong government has already invested some $3.5 billion to prevent Cathay's collapse, part of a worldwide trend of government intervention to prop up ailing airlines. Now, 2 government-appointed observers have been added to the airline's board to oversee the investment of the public money. But obviously, the lifeline isn't enough to keep jobs. Management has racked up a record $1.3 billion net loss for the first 6 months of this year alone, and continues to burn through as much as $250 million a month. The job cuts announced today would actually help reduce the airline's cash burn by a quarter well into next year.